Okay, from that, let's talk basketball. The Mecca of Basketball. I grew up next door to the Mecca of Basketball. I was a Long Island kid. The Mecca was Madison Square Garden at one point. The whole world revolved around college basketball in the city of New York, revolved around the New York Knickerbockers.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there were other teams in the league and other players in the league. And that was the 40s. Then it became the 50s. And then the NBA started to grow in the 60s. And it got bigger and bigger. And then college basketball became a great pipeline. We started to follow college basketball on TV, and we identified with the Larry Birds and the Magic Johnsons of the world. And they came in and they actually saved the NBA when they arrived because the NBA was suffering really badly because of the old ABA, John. And obviously, the game has just rocketed in terms of popularity. It's become a young person's game who watch it. It's become explosive. The athletic level, if you ever sit courtside and watch an NBA game, you're just overwhelmed with how great and explosive these athletes are that are playing this game. It's phenomenal. And then it's just not Kobe and it's just not Shaq. It was Bill Russell and it was Wilt Chamberlain back in the day. Then it became an international global game. And here came all these great players from abroad, starting with Hakeem Olajuwon and progressing to where we are just a week ago. Wemby coming from France with the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, it's a unbelievable global game now, and the NBA is planting its flags everywhere. And the next horizon, what they've mined out of Europe, is amazing. What they've done in brief spurts of time with the Yao Mings of the world in the Pacific Rim, the next one is Africa. And they got basketball academies in Africa, and great big men are coming from Africa. So the league started out really small, Chicago Zephyrs and all that. And now it's become really big time where it's front and center of attention. And its popularity has grown maybe almost even Steven to baseball. So it's fun there. So you're an old time Al Attles, Golden State Warrior fan.
Definitely was back in the day, because this is in the mid 70s and the Warriors won the championship. They beat the Bullets in 4 straight games and it wasn't on TV. Remember, because it was on tape delay. And I remember in my parents' dining room, we had this big console that had a record player and a radio, and I would sit there and I'd listen to the NBA championship in those years. That was Rick Barry and Clifford Ray and a young Keith Wilkes, and it was a great team. But it still blows me away that the sport in the 70s was so low on the stack ranking. And the games weren't all televised until Magic and Larry, and then the whole thing blew up. And now you're right. It's the athletes on the court are phenomenal athletes. I love the way basketball, but I love the way every sport's gone global now. I think it's a great thing to bring people, societies, and cultures together.
Concur with you wholeheartedly.